who say, let God's people be. Israel were captive of an unrighteous man, and no Pharaoh would not hearken to the words of the Most High's plan. Open up your vision, open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant that's passed down from year to year. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, He is our Savior, our hope and guiding light, and He grants us understanding. Yes, He teaches us the light. He will come to our rescue when we give His praises due. So come, let us extol Him. Come on, just me and you. Open up your vision, open up the law, and remember just who you are. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant, that's passed down from year to year. You're an Israelite, and you'll always be here. Remember the covenant, that's passed down from year to year. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up your vision. Open up the Lord, and remember you're an Israelite. Oh, vision, the covenant, vision.
All right. All right. Welcome back. My name is Yamsuf Arif. I, along with my Aisha, Nasanya, a daughter of Zion, like you, daughters of Zion out there in Radio Land, the administrator of the show that keeps us on track in these studies, along with our friend, your friend, our brother, your brother, elder, fellow elder, is Yamsuf Arif, and elder on the council, Brother Kaitrail. We are here to provide you these studies, simply say it. And we don't do a skip to the loose study. We do a study straight across the board from the beginning to the end. And we do redundancy in those studies. We go back and start over and over and over again. Consistency. That's what we do on the Real Talk for Real People show. And what do we study? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, and certainly keep some perspective on his people historically and certainly contemporarily. And also, we keep a pulse on the enemies of the Most High, who are our enemies also. And simply as the song alluded to, I suspect some of you are Israelites. I didn't say a Jew. I said Israelites. From many different tribes universally scattered throughout this universe that has not yet been brought home. That's why it's imperative as elders, simply surrogate fathers of the nation at that moment, that juncture in our history. And that's what we are. Cottrell and I are surrogate fathers, uncles, whatever you want to call it. That's what we are for the nation. And we're here to instruct you, as our ancients did the nation. You see, Brother Cottrell and I, we are serious about the work of the Most High. Not so serious about ourselves as some of us claim to be. They're more serious about themselves, titles, adulations, and so on and so forth, as our ancients were in the case of Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov, in the case of King David, whom we studied. These men were much more serious about the work, the nation, and their relationship with the Most High. Much more than they were serious about themselves. And certainly, by King David, by virtue of he writing these lovely hymns, which you call psalms, a Greek word, shows the seriousness he was about the Most High, and certainly about the nation. And they didn't take themselves quite seriously. As in the case of Abraham, the founding father, Sarah, the founding mother, Isaac, and Yaakov. And with us, you'll find out by virtue of these studies. So open up your hearts. Humble yourselves. That's what's wrong with a lot of us now. Our ancients wasn't humble. They were stiff-necked and stubborn. We can't continue doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. The same thing that happened to our ancient will continue to happen to us. We're here because of our ancient stubbornness and pridefulness and arrogance. We got to get out of that. Have we learned anything by virtue of these studies? I would simply want to show up, show out, and showboat, shine, but have nothing of true substance to provide for the nation and the national interest. And to solidify the relationship with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, I suspect. Stop trying to shine, trying to put in some serious work for the nation, and stop being serious about yourselves, as our ancients were. But before we get started, I introduce my lovely Isha, Nasanya, our dear friend and brother Kaitrail. I will provide for you the format for the studies for today. I will be studying the book of Tehillim, as I mentioned, the real word for this book, the beautiful songs that King David provided for us, and many more writers. Chapter 10, a song of confidence in Yah, triumph over evil. And Brother Cottrell will conclude those studies. And Genesis, actually the name for that book is Barashi. And chapter 27, Isaac blesses Yaakov. And Esau lost hope. And along with that, Yaakov escapes from Esau, his brother. I simply want to give, if you hear some noise in the background, ignore it. I have some people at work here working on my roof. The Sonia and I roof. If you hear them, I got a sound, quality sound that Isha, the Sonia has, Isha, the Sonia has placed on the show, so it will drown out noise, but I don't know, you may hear it or not. So ignore that and stay with us, okay? And I will give praises to the Most High, and I will introduce the Sonia and Brother Cottrell. I'd like to thank you, Most High, bless your holy name for every aspect or component in our lives. I'd like to thank you, Most High, for wisdom and understanding to help facilitate these studies. I'd like to thank you most importantly, Yah, for humility, a double dose of it. Praise the Most High and bless your holy name. Hallelujah. That being said, the Sonia, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you, Yom Su. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. Happy to be back. Happy to be in the land of the living. I hope everybody had a great weekend, safe weekend. All praises.
All praises. Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot, brother.
Shalom, Ahava family. Peace and love. Bless y'all on my soul and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all honor and praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. Thanking him for all things and everything. It's good to be back. Good to hear your voices. Good to get back into the study of Yah's plan. How y'all doing?
We're doing okay, brother. If I may speak for my Isha, Nasanya, and we may ask the same for you, how you're doing in your lovely Isha and family, brother.
Everybody's well. My Isha just got back, from babysitting for a week. I don't know what my daughter think that she could just take my wife and
She must think that's her wife.
my grandchildren was talking about they didn't want her to go home.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's so
You're gonna leave me
sweet.
stranded without my wife. Okay.
Exactly. Well, tell her we're happy she's back where she needs to be. Praise the Lord.
It's all about family.
Exactly. She did her part. Yeah, she did her part. But I know you miss your Isha. It's like I'd missed Nasanya if she was gone. And I have missed Nasanya because she had to go several times back upstate to Chicago and another part of Illinois for family matters. And I missed it that time, but she's back. Praise the Most High.
See, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Exactly. And certainly, and so it should, Brother Cottrell.
But I noticed you ain't playing no more Gregory Porter, man.
I don't need no Gregory Porter. We don't need no Gregory Porter. I love me some. I'm not knocking Gregory Porter, Brother Cottrell. I love me some Gregory Porter. But I
think you love us more. I think you love us more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you're appreciating the music we made, man. Because when I first gave it to you, it took you a while to listen to it. I'm like, Yasu, you listen to it yet?
Yeah, you kept getting on
doing construction in my house. I'm gonna get around to it.
But you know what? You did your brother right. You shared the love, and when Yum Suf got with it, Yum Suf sharing it too, Brother Cottrell. Praise God. Yeah. Praise the Most High.
Praise
so, fellow students, if Cottrell is ready and Nasanya is ready, I'm ready to proceed in these studies. Nasanya, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Brother Cottrell, are you ready?
Ready, willing, and able.
Praise Yah. Fellow students, we pray that you're ready because we are about to proceed. Tehillim, chapter 10. I want you to... Yes, Brother Cottrell, you say anything?
David, man, his words are powerful.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to give them background on his brother Cottrell.
Oh, man.
See, the background on his brother is this. He was humble enough to realize that all he was, however he was, how he came to be, was virtue of the Most High. He was a mighty man. He was a man of means and substance, not by virtue of his might, his little intelligence. He knew that everything he had came from the Most High. He was a shepherd in the field. He knew that whatever the Most High in his regard and the nation was his focus. He was serious about the Most High and the nation. He didn't take himself quite seriously as some of us do. I alluded to that fact. Because of the fact he was humble enough when approached, even though he had become a king, even though he had solidified in the nation and had the nation in a position that it could protect itself from all enemies, he was humble enough to say, hey, I'm wrong. He was so humble by our studies. He even made men. I use this myself, Brother Carter and fellow students. When he humbles himself before the Lord, he said, Most High, forgive me. My iniquities are numerous than the hairs on my head. I'm lower than a dog. And I also utilize Job. When Job said, I am vile. See, you got to have a mind like that. You can't take yourself seriously. You got to be able to castigate yourself. Yet you have to do some introspection. You got to come clean with yourself. And it's just that simple. They are humble enough to come clean with themselves. Humble enough to know that what they got and who they are, or how they proceeded and progressed in life is not by virtue of their intelligence or their might. It's by virtue of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And certainly we all should have the same mindset. Praise the Most High. Did I give him some good background on the king, Brother Cottrell?
No doubt. But King David was a little bit different.
Exactly.
You got to pay attention to his conversation with the Most High.
Exactly.
Pay attention, because we don't know how to pray to Yah.
Exactly.
And King David is showing us how we can communicate our conversation with our Creator.
Exactly. And that's what these songs are for, Brother Cottrell, to give us some guidelines. The guidelines in order to facilitate the conversation with the Most High. And that's why I ask you, students, don't go into these studies with a linear approach. Go into these studies with a multidimensional, multifaceted approach and get into the mind of King David. And so you can help learn to address the Most High, to deal with yourselves, and deal with your brothers and their sisters. That's what these studies are about. King David took the Most High seriously, the work of the Most High seriously. He took his nation, his brothers and sisters seriously, but he didn't quite take himself seriously. We all should be that way. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell.
I don't know why you say he didn't take himself seriously.
What's that, brother?
You said he didn't take himself seriously?
I said he didn't take himself quite seriously. That he thought himself something special. He was beneath himself to humble himself before the High and to humble himself before his brothers and his sisters.
Yeah. King David showed us how to take ourselves seriously.
Exactly.
Because he did take himself seriously.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fellow students. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Hymn chapter 10, a song of confidence in Yah's triumph over evil. In the first verse, he speaks to Yah. Why do you stand afar off, O Yah? Why do you hide in times of trouble? He's trying to understand the dynamics. And he's trying to understand the dynamics and the way the wicked seems to be prospering. In verse 2, the wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots, these wicked people, which they have devised. In verse 3, King David said, for the wicked boast of his heart's desire. And we can see that as we speak. He blesses the greedy and renounces Yah. That's what wicked people do. King David is alluding to that fact. And in verse 4, King David says, the wicked in his proud countenance does not seek Yah. The evidence speaks for itself in that regard. Just look around you. Just look at the leaders of some of this country. Just look at the leaders, universally speaking, of other countries. And this
are we seeking Yah like King David did, our people?
We should be, Brother Cottrell.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be told.
On the same level.
We should be. Praise the Most High. If it's good enough for our king, it's good enough for us, Brother Cottrell.
He said the wicked don't seek Yah.
No, they don't.
We ain't wicked, but we should be seeking Yah.
Well, you better be doing it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Brother Cottrell. And King David said, Yah is in none of his thoughts or her thoughts, as that matter. They ain't thinking about Yah.
Are we thinking about Yah?
We should be, Brother Cottrell.
Oh yeah.
That's a fact.
No doubt.
In verse 5. And so it seems just from the physical aspect, King David said in verse 5, his ways are always prospering these wicked people. Your judgment are far above out of his sight. He don't see the end result, y'all. He don't see your judgment behind the scenes and out of sight. But I see it. That's what King David said. I see your judgment, even though it appears from the human perspective that they're always prospering. But King David says from the spiritual perspective, your judgment are far above and out of his sight. They don't see it, but it's happening. It's going to happen. If it's not happening, it's going to happen.
So in other words, he wasn't trying to keep up with the wealth of the wicked.
No, he wasn't keeping up.
He ain't prospering, but he ain't trying to keep up with the Joneses. Nah.
No, he wasn't keeping up with the Joneses. And we shouldn't either, Brother Cottrell.
No doubt.
And King David said, as for all his enemies, these wicked people, he sneered at them. Hey, just look at your country. Well, some of you might not be from these United States of America. But just look at some who are from these, who are in captivity in these United States of America, or wherever you may hail from. Look at your leaders. As for all his, he sneers at them, these wicked people. And these wicked people, in verse 4, King David said, he has said in his heart, I shall not, ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna do it. That's what these wicked people do. Let's look at these people in the United States of America, wherever you may hail from, France, Germany, and so on and so forth. That's their mindset. That's what King David says. And these wicked people says in verse 6, the end of verse 6, I should never be I ain't gonna never have no trouble. In a simple mind, the humanistic thinking, these wicked people say, I'll never be in it. I ain't gonna never have no problems. Let's look at the leaders of these United States of America. King David wouldn't lie. And in verse 7, King David said, his mouth is full of cursing. Who is applicable to that? Think of the leaders of these United States of America, or wherever you may be in captivity at. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit. Ha! King David wouldn't lie. And oppression. Think of these United States of America, or wherever you may hail from. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. Under the tongue of these wicked people, the King David says, is trouble. The evidence speaks for itself, and iniquity. Just think of these United States of America, or wherever you may be in captivity or hail from. And he says, in verse 8, these wicked people, he sits in the lurking places of the village. They sneaky. King David said they sneaky. And in secret places, he murders the innocent. They join all these clubs and whatnot, these fraternities, sororities, and whatnot, secret societies, not to do good. They murder the innocent. His eyes, these wicked people, are secretly fixed on the helpless. They focus on mistreating, abusing, and dominating people. That's what they do. That's their thing. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. In verse 9, he lies in wait secretly, these wicked people, as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. That's their thing. That's what they do. That's what they're down with. King David says, he catches the poor when he draws him into his net. Oh, they got a whole lot of nets to draw you into it. They'll make you all kind of promises and draw you into that net. But secretly, the design is to destroy you. And in verse 10, King David speaks in reference of these wicked people. So he crouches. You ever seen a dog crouch? Just like a lion. He lies low, trying to play like they ain't at you, but they at you. That's how wicked people are. They're crouching and focusing on you, and they at you. You think they ain't at you? Just like some dumb deer out there, a dumb water buffalo, or antelope, from a lion. Think about it when you see it on those history channels. Keep in mind how those lions, and some of those antelopes and water buffaloes and so on and so forth, they can't see it because they don't want to be seen. Those lions and so on and so forth don't want to be seen. Just like wicked folks, they don't want to be seen, but they at you. That's what King David said, they at you. That the helpless may fall by his strength. Wicked folk ain't here to make friends with you. They here to conquer you. King David said they here to that you may fall by their strength. They here to take you down. Wicked folks ain't your friend. That's what King David said. Those that don't know the Most High aren't your friends. They're here to destroy you. And King David says in verse 11 about these wicked people. He has said in his heart, Yah has forgotten. That's what they think. I can get at these folks. I can mistreat them, abuse them, dumb them, sometimes kill them. Yah ain't thinking about them. Yah ain't thinking about nothing. And that's their mindset. King David is showing you the inner working of their mindset. That's how they think. They're not your friends. And King David says, these wicked people think that Yah has forgotten. He hides his face. He would never see. Oh, Yah, he's somewhere in the never land. He hide his face. He ain't gonna never see what I'm doing. I'm with that mess. I'm slick with the mess. And so in verse 12, King David, as we all should, and he beseeched the Most High. He said, arise, O Yah, O Elohim, lift up your hand. Do not forget the humble. Humility, brothers and sisters, is prerequisite for the Most High to give you some help. Not stuck on stupid pride, beating your chest. I'm a man, I'm a woman, can't nobody tell me nothing. That's wrong with us now. Beating on eyes, I'm a man, can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm a woman, ain't no man. That's why all y'all think is broke. Okay? That's why all of you need some humility. Brothers and sisters alike. Beating your chest, brothers and sisters that been socially engineered and conditioned along with the brothers that think they don't need no man. And children just run amok. Praise the Most High. King David says, and that's why I made reference to humility. You have to have humility. And in verse 13, and it puzzles the king because he had this good constructive relation, humble relationship with the Most High, a reciprocal relationship because of his humility. And he says, why do the wicked renounce Yah? He don't even get an understanding why they doing this. And he says about the wicked, he has said in his heart, you will not require an account. Wicked folk fools. They fools. Wicked folk think they keep doing wicked all they want to do, how long they want, and then when they die, ain't nobody gonna have an accounting of it. That thinkers are broken. Because Yah will hold everybody accountable. Praise the Most High. And in verse 14, he says in reference to Yah, King David says, but you have seen, for you observe trouble. Y'all know what's going on, how it's going, and who doing it, what for, and so on and so forth. And ain't nobody gonna get no pass. And it says, Yah, why you doing this? Why you know all this? To repay it by your hand. I'm gonna pay you back. Yeah, you gonna pay them back. That's what King David said. You seeing all this so you can repay them for what they've done. And here's why you should have a humble state of mind. Humility is the key component, along with wisdom and understanding. The helpless, humble, so to speak, commits himself to you. Yeah. Not no brothers beating on their chest saying, I'm special. Not no sisters talking about, I'm special too, but I don't need no man.
Mhm.
That's not what he's saying. You got to know who you are. You're created. You're not the creator. You have a job to do. You have a function to do, and you need to do that function. Brothers need to do their functions. Sisters need to do their functions, and children need to do their functions. Everybody function all over each other, but they're not humble enough to function within the confines that the Most High has put them in. They're not humble for that because they have been enhanced, socially engineered, because they know us. Our enemies know us. They know we stuck on stupid. Our ancients were stuck on stupid. I love our ancients. Don't get it twisted. Stiff-necked and stubborn. So they know we're the very same thing. So they help enhance the process. Tell the brothers, hate on the sisters. Tell the sisters, hate on the brothers. Tell the children, hate on every damn body. And even hate yourself. Hate yourself so much that you're willing to mistreat, abuse, kill, and write rap songs about it. They know us, but we don't know ourselves. Unfortunately, we don't know we're Israelites. We think we're so-called African Americans. We think we're so-called black. We think we are color, or we think we are landmass. African American. That's why these studies are very imperative. Praise the Most High. King David knew who he was. And that's why I'm fascinated with this king, as you should be. He says, in reference to Yah, the helpless commits himself to you. No, not military might, not your college education, but the helpless, and we are helpless, commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fathers, the Most High. Yah breaks the arm of the wicked and the evil man, the Most High. See, we need to focus on that. See, we're too much focused on, I'm something special. I'm a man. I'm a woman. I don't need no man. I'm children. I don't need neither one of you. We're too focused on the wrong thing instead of focused on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We need humility. King David alludes to that fact. A helpless man, a helpless woman. You got to know your status. You got to know you're in captivity. Our young brothers and sisters are in inner captivity. We're in the outer confinement, universally speaking. They're in the inner confinement, universally speaking. And we can't do nothing for nobody. And we need to recognize that fact. And we need to acknowledge the fact that only Yah, by virtue of our ancient places in this situation, and Yah can redeem us from this situation. And Yah alone. And he makes reference to that in verse 15. Yah break the arm of the wicked and the evil man.
Breaks the arm.
When he says, Yah seek out his wickedness until you find. See, Yah gonna seek out the wickedness.
Did somebody
of
say
evil
blowout?
men.
This game?
What's up, brother?
I'm sorry.
Okay, it says Yah seek out the wickedness until you find none. It's going see y'all worried about the wrong thing. Y'all can't do anything about. What you should be focused on, what the Most High left you to be focused on. And King David's alludes to the fact y'all gonna seek out the wickedness until you find none. To none be there. You can't do it. The Most High can do it. King David's alludes to that fact. And in verse 15, praise Yah. Yah is king forever and ever. Not no new thing that our enemies have fabricated by Greek mythology and Roman fantasy and so on and so forth, and introduced to us as a nation in this confinement. It says in verse 60, Yah is king forever and ever. You know what forever and ever means? Forever and ever. Yah don't need no new thing brought to you by virtue of our enemies. Yah is what he is, and he does what he does And he don't need no new thing. Praise Yah. King David alludes to that. The nation have perished out of his land. That's fact. Nation have perished out of his land. And it says in verse 17, the key word, Yah, you have heard the desire of the humble. A lot of y'all think it means Yah, you've heard the desire of the prideful. Yah, you've heard the desire simply because I'm Hebrew Israelites. Yah, you heard me just because I'm talking. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to love you. I ain't got to love my brothers and sisters. I ain't got to do anything. I'm something special. No, it says, Yah, you have heard the desire of the humble. You got to humble yourself, brothers and sisters. Simply say it. As Brother Cartier alludes to often, humility is the key to our success. It's like the strength of spinach to Popeye. If you ain't got it, you ain't gonna get it. That's what it means. That's what Brother Cartier alludes to. And I concur with him wholeheartedly. And it says in verse 17, as a result of humility, you will prepare their heart. Yah can prepare your heart if you got humility. If you don't have humility, Yah can't prepare your hearts. I'm not talking about that lump pumping in your chest. You will cause your ear to hear. Yah will cause his ear to hear. When you think he ain't hearing, Yah will cause his ear to hear when you're humble. When you cry to the Most High, Yah will cause your, when you got it right, Yah can prepare that heart. Now I ain't talking about that lump in your chest, a piece of meat. That's what I'm not what I'm talking about. But as a result of a domino effect of that, you will cause your ear to hear if men and women can do something right with themselves. Have humility. Love the Most High with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. In addition to that, conjunction with that, your brothers and sisters as yourselves. Stop being stuck on stupid as our ancients were. Although, don't get it twisted. I love our ancients. But we have to do something to help change these things, the dynamic of what our ancient helped to introduce. Stiff-necked and stubbornness. As a virtue brought us into a universal captivity. We need to pray for our ancients. We need to pray for ourselves. Our ancients can't do anything about it. But we can do something about it. We can take that spinach, like Brother Cottrell says, and help facilitate it and operate it. So you can see the change you need, because the changes they're talking about changing for you is not the change that you need. Praise the Most High. And it says in the last verse, what Yah does to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed. Orphans and the oppressed. Aren't we oppressed? Some of you may be comfortable in your confinement, but the evidence speaks for itself. We are oppressed, and some of us don't even know it. We need some humility. We need some humility. And it says, the last sentence, that the man of the earth may oppress no more. We needed some Yah. That the man of the earth may oppress no more. We need us some Yah. And we need some humility to get some Yah. We need some humility to learn how to love one another. We need some humility to stop judging one another. We need some humility to start gathering together so we can do some things constructive and positive for one another. Praise the Most High. King David knew that. King David knew that. Question is, do you know it? Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. The Son, may the Most High bless you, beloved. Your mic is hot. Any comments or commentaries?
No, I was making note of, the things that the wicked does. And I was just making note of just every day, just being in my everyday life, not looking at more so of like politics, which is there, but just looking at it in my everyday surrounding life, like people, some people that surround me, and I just notice things, and I just notice what the wicked does, and the wicked is it's just universal all through and out. But that's it. All praises.
Praise the Most High, Nasanya. Praise the Most High. Thank you for your comments. Brother Katria, your mic is hot.
Unmute.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There you go, brother. There you go.
Nah, no comment.
Thank you,
Broke
Brother
it down.
Katria. What's that, Brother Katria?
So you broke it down so we can understand.
Thank you, Brother Katria. I'm very appreciative. Thank you,
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Katria. I'm very appreciative, brother. Praise the Most High. Well, fellow students, Brother Katria is about to lead us into the last segment of study in chapter 27, Bereshit, whom you call the Genesis, the Greek word. And Brother Katria, may the Most High bless you. You have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One of Israel for the great prophet Moshe, who brings us the history of our ancient fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov. In the book of Bereshit, 27th chapter, it goes on to read, now it came to pass when Isaac was old, because we all get old, right?
Exactly.
And his eyes were so dim that he could not see. We ain't that old yet. We can't see.
Not yet.
That he called Esau, his oldest son, and said to him, my son. And it's natural for a father to call his oldest son, right?
Right.
And Esau answered, and he said, here am I. Then he said, behold, now I'm old. Isaac saying, I'm old. I do not know the day of my death. And none of us know what? The day of our deaths, do we?
Exactly. None of us know.
Now therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out in the field and hunt me game. Game for me. You want that deer. You want that moose. You want that buffalo. You ever taste that? Venison?
Yes, sir. I got some in my refrigerator as you speak.
Oh, Lord. Sonya wasn't out hunting with that car, was she?
No, my beloved, she didn't do that, Katria. That's a good one, Brother God. No, my beloved didn't do that.
Because Isaac said that venison is savory food. Make me savory food such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, and that my soul may bless you before I die. And when elders speak before they die, their words have power. We say words sound in power. But elders on the verge of death, you want to hear their words. Now, Rebecca, that beautiful, fine woman who was fine on the outside and fine on the inside. She's listening to Isaac as he spoke to Esau, his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt game and to bring it. So Rebecca spoke to Yaakov, her son. Now, why would she do that? Because Yah told her, right?
Exactly.
Remember what Yah told Rebecca?
Yes.
What did he tell her?
The son shall lead. The youngest shall lead.
He said
the oldest.
two nations
Right. 2 nations
are in your womb.
Mm-hmm.
And the younger shall rule the older.
Exactly.
So now it's time for Isaac to bless the elder with the elder's blessing. Isaac was about to bless Esau with the covenant of Abraham that he got from Abraham.
Exactly.
You realize that, right?
Exactly.
But Yah had other plans.
Break it down, brother. Break it down. Break it
Yah
down.
had
You're
other
breaking it down.
plans in mind. Yah had other plans in mind. And he used Rebecca. So he don't always use the men, do he?
No.
He don't always use the men, do he?
No.
Rebecca. Okay. talked to her son Jacob and said, "Indeed, I heard your father speaking to Esau, your brother, saying, 'Bring me game and make savory food for me, that I may eat it and bless you in the presence of Yah before my death. Now, therefore, my son,'" Rebecca's talking to Jacob, "obey my voice according to what I command you." That's why you have to listen to your mother, right?
Hey, you are Brother Cottrell. And I
You have
tell
to listen to your
Brother
mother.
Cottrell, fellow students, and I tell people all this. You'll never get any points with me disrespecting your mother. I don't care who you are. You'll never get any points from me. Praise the Most High.
So Jacob is showing his humility by obeying what his mother is commanding him to do. Do you think that would happen today, in today's time?
No. These young brothers think of the broken.
Go now to the flock and bring me from there 2 choice kids of the goat. Because goat is kind of similar to game, right? And I will make savory food for them, from them, for your father, such as he loves. Then you shall take it to your father. And I just baked me some lamb chops out. They was real good. That he may eat it, and that he may bless you before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "Look, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I'm a smooth-skinned man." And you know, most brothers got smooth skin, right? We ain't too hairy, are we?
No.
I went to camp with some Jewish people when I was young.
Right.
My mother sent me to a Jewish camp.
Right.
And we traveled from New York to Florida on a bus. When these Jewish people took their shirts off, they had hair on their neck, their back, their stomach. They looked like gorillas. I was like, damn. Damn. They look like gorillas. No wonder they say we evolved from apes. Because I had never seen a hairy man until I seen a hairy Jew. And trust me, they got hair on their back, their neck, their chest. Man.
Well, you know, I was in the Marine Corps, Brother Carter, as you know, in my Esau, you know, and you fellow students. And, you know, we had to shower in boot camp. 30 men go into a shower, 20, 30 men at a time. Yeah, brother, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. They're hairy.
Yep.
So what voice am I? Perhaps in the 12th verse, my father will fill me, and I shall seem to be a deceiver to him. Because Isaac ain't no fool. You know that Isaac is smooth and Esau is hairy. And I shall bring a curse on myself and not a blessing, because I'm trying to deceive my father to get this blessing. But his mother said to him, "Let your curse be on me," because she knows, right, what Yah told her.
Exactly.
"My son, only obey my voice and go get them for me. Do it now. Go to the flock, get that goat so I could cook it." And he went and got them and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory food such as his father loved. You know, your wife know how to cook for you, right?
Yep.
They say a way to a man's heart is where?
To his stomach.
All right. So Rebecca, she was working in pots, son.
She was rocking them pots.
Oh, yeah. Then Rebecca took the choice clothes of her eldest son, Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son, because they was twins. They're about the same size.
Exactly.
Came out about the same time. And she put the skins of the kid of goats on the hands and on the smooth part of his neck. See, he had hair on his neck.
He's hairy.
Esau had hair on his neck. You got hair on your neck?
He's a hairy dude.
You got hair on your neck?
No, brother.
I ain't got no hair on my neck.
No.
That ain't us.
No, son, you wouldn't have that.
Ooh-wee. She had to put hair on his neck. Then she gave the savory food and the bread, because you know bread, that bread got to go with the meal, which she prepared. She could bake and she could cook. Wow. How many of our women could do that? Break a loaf of bread, which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went to his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who are you, my son? And Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done just as you told me. Please arise, sit and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me. But Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? Because you know hunting ain't easy, right?
No.
It takes a lot of patience to hunt some game.
Exactly.
But he said, because Yah, your Elohim, brought it to me. But the spiritual aspect into it, right? Because, you know, Isaac, no, Yah does anything. Miracles.
Exactly.
Isaac said to Jacob, please come near, because Isaac ain't no fool.
Mm-hmm.
And I may feel you to see if you're telling the truth. Was he prepared?
He was prepared for it.
Was Jacob prepared?
He was prepared.
Who prepared him?
Rebecca.
Okay.
His mother.
Yeah.
His mother prepared him.
You need your mother's preparation.
You better believe it, brother.
So Isaac's not a fool. So he wanted Jacob to come near so I can feel you if you're telling me the truth. Whether you are really my son Isaac or not. Because my spider senses are tingling. Something going on here. So Jacob went near Isaac, which is pretty bold. Because imagine trying to tape some hair on your neck. And your father want to feel you. So Jacob went near Isaac, his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice. I know Jacob's voice. But the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him. They was twins. It's like these brothers we watching in the NBA. Arsaw and Amen Thompson. You can't tell them apart at all, except the way they play. But you could tell Esau and Jacob apart because Esau was hairy. And he did not recognize him because his hands were hairy, like his brother Esau's hands. He had hairy hands. Are your hands hairy?
No, brother.
So that ain't us. So he blessed him. Isaac was convinced that it was Esau. He said, I am. He said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's game, so that my soul may bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate. And he brought him wine and drink. Isaac had wine, and he was drinking. My wife would call him an alcoholic. But anyway, then his father Isaac said to him, come near and kiss me, my son, because Isaac is not quite convinced. He still got his spider senses tingling. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his clothing. Who prepared him for that?
His mother.
She put Esau's clothes on him because he can't see. So his other senses are, higher than they used to be. And he blessed him and said, surely the smell of my son, because he loved Esau, is like the smell of the field. Because Isaac dwelt in tents and Esau dwelt in a field. So he's thinking it's Esau, which Yah has blessed. And he's right. Got to get out your house and get into the field, get into creation. You can't be cooped up in your crib. That's why Isaac favored Esau. Because Esau was out in the field.
Right.
So he said, therefore may Elohim give you the dew of the heaven, of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. These words are powerful. We say words sound in power. This is coming from one of our patriarchs. These are his last words. Let people serve you and nations bow down to you. Be master, not slave, over your brethren, and let your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be those who bless you. Now it happened as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob. Some animal magical. Some people may call it coincidence. And Jacob had scarcely gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau, his brother, came in from the hunting. Imagine that. Can you imagine that scene?
Mm-hmm.
Here come Esau now. He also made savory food. So he had to prepare the food that he hunted down. He caught it real quick and brought it to his father and said to his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that your soul may bless me. Same thing Jacob said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his father Isaac said to him, who are you? And he said, I'm your son, your firstborn. Esau, you should know me, man. You ain't that old. Then Isaac trembled exceedingly. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. And he said, who? Where's the one who hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it, all of it, before you came. And I have blessed him. And indeed, what? He shall be blessed.
Can't go back on his word. Can't go back on his word.
Once you put the words out, you can't take them back. That's why you have to guard your tongue, like Proverbs said. Life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Exactly.
Be on guard about what you say. That's why we say, may the meditations of our heart, may the words of our mouth and meditations of our heart be acceptable to the Most High. Right?
Exactly.
Why do we say that? Because, the conversation that Job was having with his friends, I don't think they was acceptable to the Most High. Was they?
No, I don't think so.
So we be talking and chitting and chattering, and now we got social media to express ourselves even more fully, right?
Exactly.
We don't
We ought
realize
to be we ought to be very cognizant, and we need to put a guard over our tongues. We need to be very cognizant of things and words we put out there to the ethos.
Especially when you're an elder like Isaac.
Exactly.
Because he said, I can't take them words back, Esau. It's too late now. When Esau heard the what? The words of his father, he cried because he knew it was like written in stone. Isaac can't take back his words. With an exceeding great and bitter cry, he realized what he had did and said to his father, bless me also, oh my father. Because a father got a blessing for all his children, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't the firstborn's blessing. I lost my place.
And 35, verse 35.
I told our brother. Verse 35 says, but he said, your brother came with deceit and has taken away your blessing. The only problem with that, Yamsu, is that Esau didn't explain to Isaac what? That he sold his birthright.
Exactly.
Jacob.
Exactly.
He never told Isaac, I sold my birthright, which is the firstborn birthright, to Jacob, and he rightfully deserves it because we made a deal. Right? Esau gave his word, right?
Exactly.
Jacob gave his word, right? And we see here Isaac is giving his word. Obviously, Esau didn't value his word. You're willing to sell your birthright for some soup because you're hungry. But he never told his father that he made a deal with his brother, Jacob.
But it seems that he's trying to infer and imply and suggest that Yaqub took away his birthright.
Right. Right. And that's what people say. Jacob stole Esau's birthright. Did he steal it?
No,
or did he make a deal?
He made a deal.
Okay. And Esau said, is not he rightly named Yaakov? You know what Yaakov means, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. That's a lie. Did Jacob take away his birthright?
No, he didn't.
How do you take away somebody's birthright?
Mm-mm.
And now look, he has taken away my blessing. No, the birthright goes along with the blessing. The blessing goes along with the birthright, right?
Exactly.
But you made a deal that you're not telling your father about. But he kind of tried to cover it up. He said, have you not reserved the blessing for me? Then Isaac answered and said to Esau, Indeed, I have made him your master. That's why they hate us so much. Because we're the little brother that is master over our big brother
Mhm.
and all his brethren. I have given to him as servants. With grain and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now for you, my son? And Esau said to his father, are you only one blessing my father? Bless me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept because he realized the consequences of his action too late. Then Isaac, his father, answered him and said, behold, your dwelling shall be of the fatness of the earth. And trust me, that's where he's at now. They're the richest people on planet Earth. And the dew of heaven from above. By your sword shall you live. Are they living by the sword now?
You better believe it.
Take a look at Gaza. And you shall serve your brother. That day is going to come. And it shall come to pass when you become restless that you shall break his yoke from off your neck, which they did, because King David had a yoke upon the Edomites, the Esau's neck. So Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. Sounds like Cain and Abel, right?
Exactly.
And the words of Esau's her oldest son were told to Rebekah. Somebody heard it. Little birdie told me Esau trying to kill your son Jacob. So she went and called Jacob, her young son, and said to him, surely your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you by intending to kill you. Now, therefore, my son, obey my voice again. Was Jacob compliant with his mother's voice?
He certainly was.
Flee to my brother Laban in Haran and stay with him a few days until your brother's furies turned away, until your brother's anger turns away from you and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and bring you from there. She took herself out of the situation. She didn't say what we have done to him. She said what you have done to him. That's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I be bereaved also of you both in one day? You know what she's saying there?
Mm-hmm.
She's saying that if Esau kill you, I'm going to kill Esau. Ain't no joke. Why should I be bereaved of also both of you in one day? Because the day Esau tries to kill you, or he does kill you, I'm killing him. And Rebekah said to Isaac, Rebekah was beautiful on the outside, fine on the inside, but she was a warrior, a soldier at the same time. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, you know the people of Heth, right?
Yes.
What lineage do they come from? Ham. She don't want no Hamite wife for Jacob, her son. Like these who are the daughters of the land. They're in the land of Canaan. What good will my life be to me? Her wisdom showing that her son's life can be ruined by what? A wayward woman, a Canaanite woman. So she wants to make sure her son has a quality wife that will help him grow and develop spiritually with the Most High. All praise to the Holy One of Israel, even for a great lesson in the histories of our ancestors. Praise Yah.
Praise the Most High, Brother Kadra. Brother Kadra, in regards to your studies, I have to compliment you in this regard. I don't have anything to share. You did an adequate job, a very thorough job, and praise the Most High for that. It was a fascinating and exciting and informative.
So what stood out to you?
What was about to me?
What stood out?
The whole aspect of it. Esau stood out, description of it. Jacob stood out, the description of him. Rebecca stood out, the description of her, the type of mother she was. And certainly Isaac stood out. He wasn't, even though he was blind, you couldn't run nothing past him. You know, he still had his wits about him, but you know, he was outmaneuvered in that by Rebecca, his wife, and certainly it gives some insight on us as a nation of people. And it gives some insight on us. I know our brother Esau and his attitude toward us, a continued attitude toward us in this contemporary time. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell.
And you brought up an important point, Yamsuf, because Isaac, although he wasn't, fully, he is on the way to death. What did he do? Before he died, he made preparations for his family, right?
Exactly.
How many of us do that?
No, he didn't have a GoFundMe. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, he said something important. Because more than money, more than fortune and fame, he blessed them with words, right?
Exactly.
And many think that, he just blessed him with words. Yeah. The impact of his words are everlasting. That's why he told Esau, I can't take those words back. It's too late. I already put my blessing on him, and he will be blessed. So we have to value our words. We have to prepare for when we get ready to die, that our family is well taken care of. Right?
Right.
And you got to find a good woman like Rebecca. Found on the outside, found on the inside. And she's like Sade. She's a soldier.
Exactly. And you got to, you know what, Brother Conti, a vital point is this. You have to listen to your mother.
Yeah. He was humble enough to do that, right?
Right.
He followed every order she gave him, didn't he? Even though she put the weight on him. Right. You got to run to my brother's house for the things that you did. She ain't say for the things that we did. Right. The things that you did. Because she knew the onus was on him. She knew that he was going to be a nation and he could handle the burden.
All right. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Now, Sonia, do you have any comments or commentary on anything Brother Cottrell shared with us?
The only thing I say is when the mother gets you prepared, she really prepares you,
I could say that about my mother, Sergeant Mom. For sure. She broke when I was 17.
We get you guys prepared.
She was giving us mad orders, mad instructions. I was like sucking my teeth like, damn, I can't wait to get away from this woman. Y'all don't know. She was like Rebecca. She was fine on the outside, beautiful on the inside. My mother was Sergeant Mom, warrior. She'll punch you in your mouth and knock all your teeth out as pretty as she was.
Brother Cottrell. Brother Cottrell.
They usually like that.
Brother Cottrell.
Yes.
You ain't got to talk about my Esau.
I'm talking about my mother, man.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about.
I thought my mother was the prettiest woman in the world until I found out she was Sergeant Mom.
I thought you were talking about the Sonia. My bad.
That's good. I like
that. All right, brother. All right, beloved. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Thank you, Sonia. Fellow students, Sonia, the administrator of the show, my Esau, your sister, a daughter of Zion, has done her due diligence by helping to facilitate and provide these and sharing our comments. Brother Cottrell and I, on the other hand, has helped facilitate the studies. Our brother, your brother, our friend, your friend, elder as Yamsuf, elder on the council as Yamsuf. We've done our due diligence, more our obligation as fathers of the nation at this given moment. That's simply what elders are, fathers of the nation at that given moment. We've done our due diligence. We've provided the information. We've provided the instructions. It's incumbent upon each of you to do something for yourselves, which is meditate on the word of Yah, cling to the word of Yah, lean on the word of Yah. Let the words of the Most High be your footsteps. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. That being said, the Most High word is going to work in spite of us and irregardless of us. But for each of us individually, the Most High word works if you work it. Praise the Most High and stay humble. That being said, I will ask Brother Cottrell to make his closing remarks in the comments. Then I will ask my lovely Isha, Nasanya, to make her closing remarks and comments and to close us out for the night. Praise Yah. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One of Israel for another great night of insight, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May the words of our mouth, the meditation of our heart be acceptable to our Creator, our Father, our King, because we love him and we love Yah, Israel. Praise Yah. Shalom and good night.
Praise Yah. Shalom and good night. Nasanya, close us out, please.
Shalom and good night.
Short, quick, and sweet. Shalom and good night. You heard my Isha. Shalom.
Oh, oh. Somebody calling my name. I went down to see. Heard a little small voice calling down at me. How you know my name? Why you calling me? I don't know what to say. He said this was meant to be. Listen, calling out my name, calling me today. How can I break it down? I didn't know what to say. Listen, calling out my name, calling near and far. Tell me what you want. He said, let me in your heart, let me in your heart, let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart, let wisdom in your heart, let me in your heart, let wisdom in your heart. Oh, let me in your heart, let wisdom in your heart. Somebody calling my name. I went down to see. Heard a little small voice calling down at me. How you know my name? How you know my name? Why you calling me? I don't know what to say. He said this was meant to be. This was meant to be. Calling my name, calling me today. How can I break it down? I didn't know what to say. He's calling out my name, calling near and far. Tell me in your heart. He said, let me in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Call your name.
Does not wisdom call and understanding put forth her voice? In the top of high places by the way, where the paths met, she stands. Beside the gates at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors, she cries aloud, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice to the sons of men. O ye thoughtless, understand prudence, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. What could I do? Wisdom calling me over here, over there. Seems like everywhere.
Let me in your heart.
was set up from everlasting from the beginning, or ever the earth was. The fear of Yah, the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the All-Holy is understanding. But by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. That's all that's been on my mind. Hey, you gotta can't do it. I just can't do without it. No, can't do without it, can't do without it. And that's all that's been on my mind. Oh yeah. Said I want you. Now therefore, I need you. Ye children, hearken unto me. Stay with me. For happy are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Happy is the man that hearkeneth to me. Watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life and obtaineth favor of Yah. But he that misseth me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Love death. Love death.